Hello everyone, and welcome to the Success Attitude TV show. Now this is coming to you from a different frame of mind than the first couple of videos that I've done for you, and the reason being is that the things that we had planned for the start of the show didn't happen. And the reason is technology. So today I'm going to be sharing with you a few different bits and pieces because this show is about how to be more successful in your life. And it doesn't matter where your success is in any of the 7 areas of your life. It's about how to get over the hiccups that occur, that we frequently encounter. And one of the things that this show is a reminder about is that success is ongoing, and it's possible to get a negative attitude when things go wrong, and how quickly can you turn it around. So it's like, what now? My goal didn't work. I'm angry. I'm upset. Am I a failure? And how quickly you can turn that around to get back onto your goal. So it's an interesting journey. So again, my name is Janice Davies. I'm the attitude specialist because I keep on pushing myself to achieve different things. And so I've been sort of working on this area of my life for 25 years. So, you know, pretty experienced, but still when things go wrong, it's like, oh my goodness, now what? And so that's really what this is all about. So Google Hangouts for techos is really easy. And although I'm pretty good on some areas of technology, when things go wrong and you try and you spend all day and end up with knots in your stomach and frustration and feel like it's been a wasted day and you haven't achieved anything, it was like, oh, I was just about pulling my hair out. So it was then I had to walk away from that day and go and find a way to chill out. Now, the way that I chill out is the way that I've got it on the front cover of my book, which is called The Success Attitude. I head to the beach. And so a few days ago when it happened, I went to the beach, and I just needed to sort of find some time and get back with nature and get away from, you know, what we call sometimes our crazy computer and our crazy social media world and our crazy technology, and get back to really what the world and what life is all about. So then a few days later, I decided that I would have another attempt at Google Hangouts. And interesting enough, the thought was there, the positive attitude was there, the software was downloaded, installed, we both had it, and we had a practice run, and yes, it all went well, but when we went back to record the interview live, it all fell to pieces again. And that was when I kind of did a taddy and decided, right, Google Hangouts are not for me. So again, with knots in my stomach, because the stress that it had caused me, it was like, what am I doing wrong? Is it me? Is it the Google Hangouts? Is it technology? Is it the internet? And there sort of became a time when there were too many problems to solve again. So I made a decision. And the decision was that I was not going to do these interviews in this format. I had to find something different, because when our energy is feeling bad and we are feeling bad and we are starting to think negative and we are walking away from some goals or taking some time out, it's helpful to us, but it's also not helpful to us. It's helpful to us because it helps us realize that our goal is really, really important, but it's also helpful to it because we decide that how we thought we were going to achieve the goal then, which for me and for the TV show was through the Google Hangouts, is too stressful, too hard, and there's got to be another way to do it. And so it's kind of fine-tuning how you're going to achieve the goal. So when things go wrong, it's how quickly can you turn yourself around to find another solution to achieve the same goal that you had in mind. And most certainly, again, it took me some mental stimulation, some reading as I went to the beach again, and also picked up a book that I'd started reading from Dennis Waitley. And I want to read a section from this because the book is called About the Psychology of Winning. And, you know, he appeared in The Secret, a DVD, and some other things as well. And so I got to a page and I thought, and I'm going to read it out to you. I hope it's not too long for copyright. But what it's talking about, it's saying, and what he writes is that winners develop mental toughness, which we commonly refer to as a strength of character. Experiments have shown that adversities and failure in our lives, if adapted to and viewed as normal corrective feedback to use to get us back on target, serve to develop us in an immunity against anxiety, depression, and the adverse responses to stress. So exactly what I had experienced with Google Hangouts. And I've since heard I'm not the only person. But what he's talking about is about us when something happens to us, about fine-tuning ourselves and saying, okay, so that didn't work, I'm going to try something else, and understanding that that is actually just a process of us achieving our goals. So for any of us, if you've got a goal, whether it be for losing weight or learning new technology or whatever it is, saving money, getting a new job, studying, or whatever, if that's your goal, it's like, what are the other things that you need to do to learn, because life is our big learning curve, so that you can actually achieve the goal that you had in mind. So out of this presentation today, this interview, there's been frustration, there's been beach walks and back to nature, there's been books that I've read, there's been, most importantly as well, there's been some wonderful friends and coaching and ideas that have come forward from other people as well. So our friends, our colleagues, our coaches that actually help us to get back on track to what we're wanting to achieve. So although my job as a coach is not about technology, and my job as a coach is teaching about having a positive attitude, and let me assure you, I have to practice that myself, otherwise I wouldn't be able to teach it. So it's like probably the wind up of this is, something goes wrong, accept that you're frustrated, you're stressed or whatever, take some time out and then go looking for your solutions. And your solutions will come in more than one way, and find the ways that are going to work for you. Because don't let the stress, the negativity, the feeling like a failure override your goal and your success. All of those things are just part of the learning curve to be able to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. So what I want to do now is just finish up and sort of say, so on a scale of 1 to 10, when you heard before, or maybe read the title and you thought about, okay, failed goal, what now? How did you feel? Did you sort of think, oh, well, you know, great, there's somebody that's failed as well, or I failed before, now I don't know what to do. And so you might have sort of decided that at a rating of 1 to 10, you were kind of like maybe at about a 3 or 4, thinking I'm going to give up on that goal and I'm not going to achieve that goal. And then after hearing the strategies that I've talked to you about, is that it's like an acceptance, but it's a walking away, it's taking time out, it's de-stressing, it's looking for new solutions, it's talking to people, and then it's finding another way with different technology or different strategies to be able to achieve your goal. You know, one of the things I've always said, there's only a couple of things I wanted to throw a hammer at. And one of them was when I really first started to learn the computer. Like, the computer would not do what I thought it should do. And most definitely, I wanted to put a hammer through the computer then. I have, with an ex-husband, thought I'd like to throw a hammer at him as well. And I must admit, with the trying to get the Hangouts working properly and trying to get everything to come together, it was certainly a stressful time. But we're back on track and just doing it a little differently. So you do the same with your goals as well. And how do you feel now? If you've let a goal go and you've heard about some of the strategies that I've used to be able to get back on track to what I want to achieve, do you think it's possible that you as well could get back on track to the goal that you wanted to achieve, and overcome the challenges and look for a different solution? Go looking and talk to people that are positive, that have got the knowledge, that care for you, that want to be able to help you succeed as well. So whereas maybe you were from 1 to 10, 1 being low and 10 being high, you might have been at a 5 and thinking, I can't achieve that goal, it's too hard. Maybe if you've now, after hearing me, listened to some strategies, come up, well, I might be at 6 again, I'm not going to give that goal a try, then this listening to the session here has been helpful as well. So my freebie today, because I always give a freebie, is a poem. I won't read it out because we're pushed for time here, but the poem is called Choice. And the choice is about that we do have to make constant choices, constant adjustments. We're constantly learning with our technology, with Facebook, with Twitter, with Zoom, which I'm looking at Zoom now. So it's about the choices that we make to be able to achieve the goals that we want to achieve. So thank you for listening to me. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them on the pages where you see this. And until next time again, I'd like to leave you with this quote. And the quote, of course, is, the right attitude is a positive attitude. And the quicker you can go through the process of feeling not okay to redoing your goals and realigning your mind to achieving them, the better that it will be for yourself. So until next time, take care. We've got some interviews coming up. They are on their way, but this is all about success and overcoming the challenges that we do when the goal doesn't turn out exactly the way that we think that it should. So take care, and until next time, cheers, Janice.